Hello and welcome back to our next episode of the Long Road series. We're going to be picking up our journey from where we left off in Mannheim in middle Germany and looking to see where we can take our truck next. We'll be cab hopping again, continuing this series, so we don't know yet which cab we'll be taking or indeed where we're going to be going. So looking forward to continuing the journey. Thanks very much for joining us. Hope you enjoy the ride. I think we're going to go with this one, Potassium Hydroxide, 19 tonnes. It's a total of €7,392 as well, so potentially well worth it. So let's take that job and see where it takes us. Okay, so we've got the Scania again. It's actually a little bit different, this model, to the previous one, so I'm going to take a little look around. I think this looks like a slightly more modern vehicle. We've certainly got GPS built in, and I'm keen potentially to have that GPS actually built into the truck and remove the mapping here that we have, and I might use this opportunity as well to remove the speedometer to really add to the look and feel. Definitely feels like a premium cabin. We've got some interesting light kind of cascading through the window, and certainly a nice time of day to set off, so it'll be interesting to see how things change. In terms of the job itself, so we actually have 19 hours and 39 minutes on the clock to get us all the way to Zurich, so we've got more than enough time, definitely enough for potentially having a little break on the way, and certainly stopping potentially around Basel. In fact, let's have a quick look at the map now and just see maybe where an ideal stopping point might be. So we definitely come out here from Mannheim, down around Stuttgart, and around Zurich via Basel. Well, I don't know if Basel is actually mentioned on this map, which is interesting. So Strasbourg is over there. So yeah, maybe there'll be a sort of stopping place around here on the lead up towards Zurich. That's around the toll as well. So maybe yeah, here's the customs integration. Plenty of places to stop over there. So that's probably the game's version of Basel. Well, by the time we get there, of course, we'll probably be quite close to our destination. So let's see how we get on. So we are here at the moment, this side of Mannheim. And we'll be coming around this little tourist spot here as well. We'll take that in as we get there and see what that might be as well. All right, back to the vehicle. So just before we get started, let's take a little look around the cabin itself. So yeah, similar setup to what we've seen before. Fairly straightforward, fairly plush. There's a Scania labelling going on there as well. And this is very interesting. So we are in a fueling works here. It looks like certainly a chemical plant situation. So you've got a worker standing up there on the side, and you've got this SO truck, complete with SO branding. Struggling a little bit to zoom out, so bear with me. So this is a different model. So we had the 560R last time. This is the 460 Super. So it might be a sort of more modern Euro 6 equivalent vehicle. Now we are carrying with us, obviously, ADR corrosive 8 material. So you can see here that the back of the vehicle has a orange plate. I think in reality, certainly in the UK, you get the orange plate on the front of the vehicle as well. I'm not sure if that is the case here though. Obviously we've got this corrosive plate as well on the back, so that's interesting to see. And yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. We've got another vehicle over here on our right hand side as well, and one on our left too, and he's obviously waiting very patiently for me, who's waffling about around this truck. So it's a handsome vehicle, so looking forward to getting on the road this evening. So without further ado, let's get back into the cab and start the engine. Okay. Just wind down my window. Get those lights on. So certainly going to need our lights tonight. Certainly check that our high beams are working and operative, which they are. We'll need those later on. Right, so let's grab a cup of tea and get on the road. quite nice and slowly here. It's a very interesting plant works here. We've got cable mass of pipes going this way and the other. Certainly look around this chemical works site, but do need to get on the road eventually. Discovered a recruitment agency as well, so maybe I'll pick up for the drivers. That's when we get to that point in our career. It's almost as slowly here towards the barrier. So we've got a security check stop here, which is reasonable given the carrying of hazardous material. Passed. Okay. Okay. Passed that just fine. Let's get that on the road. So one thing we might just do before we get too far on the road is set up the widgets this time around for some visibility. So I'm just going to use that opportunity to stop here for a second to get them. For us to do. I apologise, it's getting a little bit of frame stutter. I just said first when we're leaving from the chemical plant, didn't want that for you guys, so see if I can make a few little tweaks sorted for you. Apologies for all the stop starting, hopefully we'll be on the road soon. Sure that beeping there isn't a specific reference to. It's always a constant tussle with graphics. We love to super scale everything. Maybe one day there'll be a machine that can have to do that, but for now, I'll for a very, very minor compromise, hopefully it won't affect your viewing quality. Let's just drop that scaling down a little bit. That's the biggest impact. As we get out of the city of Mannheim, hopefully things will get a bit smoother anyway on the road. So, a stream of traffic here, which is good to see, particularly with that traffic mode running. So the speed limit here is 50. We're looking to take us on a very, very smooth drive today. It's a good chance to have a little bit of a chat about our cargo. So essentially got liquid alkali. Potassium hydroxide is incredibly potent and strong alkali base. Protein is the direct opposite of a strong acid. So if this were to spill, obviously worst case scenario, this would be a full hazmat, hazardous situation. Definitely keen to avoid. So we'll be driving very carefully today. We'll definitely be trying our best to obey speed limits wherever possible. Keeping this cargo safe on the road. Of course, in reality, this will require an awful lot more training than perhaps I've undertaken. So, even though this is only a simulation, I certainly feel the responsibility today. It's nice and smooth. As we get towards the Alps, it's going to be interesting again. Certainly with hill work, you've essentially got that liquid sloshing around. So you do need to be a little bit extra careful with braking. Too much harsh acceleration on braking. So we'll take you through the jet next day. Some kind of incident going on the other side of the road over there. The fire engine and the police cordon going on. So enjoying the quality of the lights at this time of the evening. Can't really see on our dashboard dials here what time of day it is now. One of the benefits of the map that we had earlier. Sea lights is definitely coming down, so good. Change down a few gears. We've ended up crawling a little bit and causing a little bit of traffic behind us. I picked up as well. Bit of a situation here. It's beautiful as we cross over the river here. It's sort of early dusk. To the light there, it seems gorgeous. So this is perhaps that scenic photographic moment, so it's safe to do so. There's a little look there. To the right. The river. Beautiful. Vehicle there containing flammable liquids this time overtaking us. It's on its way towards Stuttgart, or further south. So we're coming off here, just watching that car on our inside. You can see the tiny fleck of the moon in the sky up there. slight right turn, yes, a slow right turn. So we make our way towards Basel tonight. So a clear night, some stars in the sky. To national speed limit, which of course in Germany is 80 kilometers an hour for this kind of a vehicle. Something very satisfying about night driving. In the roads here we have from the UK, driving at night, it's very peaceful. So this time of day, I'm not sure what the time is now. You have to have a little play with the HUD here and see if we can see any more information. So there's some different dials and options there. So we approach dusk. I imagine it's probably about 10, half past 10 at night now. It's just activated the cruise control here. So it might be a nice chance to tell you about a little road trip that I planned. Probably about 12 to 15 years ago now, so a long time ago, but certainly involving some of these roads. Some of you in the UK, perhaps wider afield, know of the series Top Gear, Jeremy Clarkson and James May, Richard Hammond. So one of their episodes always struck me as an interesting challenge that perhaps us layfolk could try. And it was a race against the sun. I think it was Jaguar. You had the option of the eco diesel and the sports V6 and V8 option, and of course, being Jeremy Clarkson, he chose the more high performance vehicle. But what interested me about the challenge is he had to race against the sun. He started down, I think it was at the tip of potentially Land's End, and he had to go all the way to maybe Felixstowe towards the most decent point. Don't quote me on that. It could be Esport, I can't remember exactly where it is. Just need to drop down the speed there a little bit. Even with the cruise control, it doesn't always apply exactly the right speed. So cruise here about 70 kilometers an hour until we get onto a straight section. And so yeah, he had to race against the night, chose all the back roads, and I think he made it within sort of half an hour, maybe 20 minutes or less of the sunrise. Anyway, long story short, a friend of mine from university, he was from Hanover actually, and the situation going on here, it was actually stop on the motorway. So bear with me here for a second. Yeah, we caused a bit of a traffic jam here. I believe that's probably my fault. We just didn't quite time that run coming off the slip road. And as a result of that, the amount of cars behind us. I do apologise for that. So as I was saying, a friend of mine from Hanover and we met in London, and we travelled from London all the way to Dover. We got on the ferry, and we basically planned a night drive from London over to Hanover itself, racing against the sun. So we left just outside London at sunset, and had to travel all the way around the M25 and down towards Dover. We got on the ferry, and we drove through the night through France, Belgium, up through Netherlands, and finally up to Germany. What was interesting about that trip is that we were actually heavily restricted by fog for a good portion of that route, because it was incredibly foggy. So we were doing probably about this speed, 60 to 70 kilometers an hour, really crawling along in a very powerful, there's a V6 VW Phaeton, semi-luxury or executive car, and so it certainly had a lot of power. Once we got onto the German Autobahn, we were able to bring that up to high speed where it was safe to do so. But yeah, that was a very interesting trip, and definitely ignited an interest in night driving on motorways from there. We did also make it within about half an hour to 45 minutes of sunrise, and of course we naturally shouted when we arrived, because once again, I have slightly exceeded the speed limits, and we're going to just drop that down again, especially as we're turning off again. So, certainly an inky dark feel to the sky, and we're now turning right off towards Zurich again. So we can't see it from here from the motorway, but as we head south, we will be passing Schwarzwald, some of the Black Forest, and beautiful city of Freiburg, which is in southern Germany. Certainly in April time, it's absolutely beautiful. You can see all the blossom and the trees up in the sort of rolling hills and mountains. Incredible part of southern Germany. So let's give us a wide berth. That's good. It's really sort of a gentle hub here in terms of the vehicle noise. It's not a noise at all. Yeah, that picks up again. So into the night now. Just got that cruise control on there. So I think just based on the traffic mod as well, we've got running at the moment. I suspect that this is sort of typical night traffic you might see in the region compared to the vanilla mode. There's options to turn off towards Strasbourg, skirting around tonight. Sure what some of these little icons mean when they come on. It might just be that we're exceeding perhaps the cruise control limit. I'll have to look into that. It's certainly been a very smooth drive so far. I think we'll use this opportunity to take a little break and you guys up as we head towards Basel, border crossing particularly, heading towards Zurich. So, yeah, hope you've enjoyed so far. We'll catch up in a moment. Okay, we are now approaching the border. So just slowing down the stage. The lane over here for Kievar. I'll just take this moment to pull over. A little chat about the journey so far. Been fairly smooth sailing. I notice some of these trucks are now officially branded. Obviously the base game can't support the licensing for these official brands, but certainly from a realism perspective it's good to see those brands. So let's just take a little look from where we are here. It's not the most brilliant parking, I have to admit, from my side. But we've travelled quite a long way. Let's have a look at the map in a second and see how far we've come. Yeah, so we're really not far now from Zurich. So we've travelled quite a long way down south, and we're crossing into Switzerland very soon. So we leave the motorway over here, the Autobahn in Germany, and into Switzerland, German-speaking or Swiss-German-speaking parts of Switzerland. So might see some interesting differences there in terms of signage, and as we get in towards Zurich, I expect the roads might get a little bit more twisty as well. So it'd be interesting to see how some of those roads change. It's a good place as well to take a little look at the inside of the cab at night. I was noticing that when we're driving down, and just before that as well, obviously you can see here the passenger car entry point is different to the tolls and customs for vehicles. I expect it would be quite similar in real life. So I'm obviously going to be following along that way. Back in the cab. Excuse me, I've got some. Okay, so we've got our lights, interior and otherwise on. There's this really nice ambient glow you get inside the Scania S model. sort of lighting effect over here in the door panels and cubbies and various things. It's a really nice feature. It definitely makes the cabin feel very cosy indeed. Okay, let's keep on the road, way towards Zurich. Surroundings, make sure safety. Since on the approach, this is our first official border crossing that we've got on a long road journey. As you can see, current regulations for the region you've entered. Let's see, it'd be nice to have a little brief look at that, so we'll do so. So, entering into Switzerland, so we do have, as I say, potassium hydroxide. And good to see we've got no damage or things to the vehicle. Local regulations here are 50 kilometers an hour for city, 80 for local road, expressway, and motorway. In real life, there will be some restrictions on particular tunnels. Will be very prevalent in the mountainous territory in Switzerland. So I don't know if that's a feature in this particular game. But if we were driving in real life here, we certainly would be expecting to see some restrictions there. But it's good to see. Okay, so start our border check. Press enter. It's been successfully passed. Clear to move on. Just be careful. No vehicle pulling around the side there. It's this way. Do appear out of the blue sometimes, that vehicle's right there on my inside. So various rest spots as well here, so tired drivers, this would be the local stop after long hours driving in the night. So a little bit of juice left in us, I think. Keep going. Towards Zurich. Just a reminder on that signage of the speed limits. This tunnel here. During the point of time we are now, actually, one of the things I miss is an ability to see a clock, which you don't have. Certainly can't see it really easily here. It could well be on that dashboard in front of me. It might be that it's 1:37 in the morning. There's a number down there next to what looks like 12 degrees centigrade. If that's the case, obviously it's still a bit of night at the moment. I suspect we won't arrive in any kind of dawn or natural light as we arrive, so we'll be arriving in the dead of night here. Zurich here. Get the gearing right here. Try not to overstress the vehicle. The hill. It's incredibly dark out there. Just put on my full beam, there you go. It's a little bit further away. So just used to turn that off from the vehicles as well. That's good. So the settings available is to have rotating lights. Just turn that off. Just have a bit more flexibility in controlling that. Inner city works go on it. So moving towards Zurich City, due to make that move across. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. So got a little bit of a police incident over here as well, so just carefully crash. That was the license check. Flashing lights there really do show up in the cab. Towards the right here. And so we've discovered Zurich. So let's be based over here. But anticipating, are those lights going to change? Possibly for a tram line here. Zurich being the financial capital of Switzerland, it's good to see the element of office buildings here being shown. Far away from our destination now. It's been a very solid drive. I'm very pleased that the first hazardous drive has gone well so far, of course. To keep focus to the end. With the yard over here. So slight limit here of 30 kilometers an hour. Need to just pick a lane there. I'm not sure what this viewpoint is, if it's a slightly newer feature available. Very, very smooth tractor unit, the Scania S. It's been an absolute joy to drive it. But, let's have a look and see what we need for this vehicle. So we've got some options here. Where do you need it? Take that as the opportunity to learn a bit more about reverse parking. It's turning fairly tight to start with this. So you never quite know with this where do you need it option. Imagine that feeling after doing a long night drive like this, moving at this time. It'll certainly be a relief to arrive on site. Well, but driving just heat, yeah, it would be quite significant. See, struggling a little bit to get the first parking today. It's the effect of the tank or just perhaps my inability. So let's just crawl forward again. Let's try one last time. Get everything straight. Take on the reverse there, still learning. Oh, a bit closer. That's good. Okay. Right. Let's park up, turn the engines off, and see how we did this time. Good to see another excellent run. 352 kilometres driven, 6 hours 40, I think that's our longest drive yet. And definitely progressing towards level 3. It's good to see we also get a bonus there for the ADR. The trailer manoeuvring comes as well every time you choose that where do you want it option. So I think we'll leave it there for today. Thank you so much for watching, and it's a rather smooth run in the end, all the way south to Zurich. So we're now in the foothills of the Alps, and it's going to be interesting to see from here. Hopefully we can take up some of those windier roads up towards other parts of Switzerland. So yeah, very excited to see where that next drive will take us. Thanks again for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye for now.